Hey Joni, thanks for getting this in. And you are an aspiring art critic. This write-up that you gave me, this report was amazing. And you're very, excuse me, very insightful. And all your comments about all these photographers. I might, if you don't mind, just save this as a quick reference because all of your conclusions about their work is so well put and correct, and that I might just apply it to this assignment in the future for other students. Really, like if you haven't considered art theory or art criticism and you're interested in it, you should probably just go for it. It's really good. And then your shoot was fascinating. This is really interesting. You know, I'm with Josh. I agree. I don't consider tattooing an up-and-coming art form. I think it's got a very long history. However, the commercialization of it and the industry of it is new in the last, say, 20 years. So that it is like that. And you wouldn't have this much to do in a tattoo parlor of old. Like, they are very professional and very slick places. Like, though these people may not look like professionals to us, they know what they're doing, and they generally run a very, very mean business. By mean, I mean awesome. Then I wanted to point out some of the images on your contact sheet are just really stellar in regard to the lighting. This one, in particular, I mean, I don't know if enlarged if it's in focus or whatever, but the tonal value here in this image is really beautiful. And also, where are they? This whole series of our tattoo artists working on the light table is just fantastic, with the light coming back, like softly coming back at him, and this diffusion here. I mean, especially this one right here. This is really well composed, assuming it's in focus and everything. It's well composed and just really beautiful. I would love to see an enlarged view of that, because I was looking at your finals. Oops, went too far. Sorry. And though this image I agree with, I think the composition is good, the angle makes a lot of sense to me, the lighting is fine, you know, it's appropriate for the scene, it feels very everyday in this business. This one, unfortunately, is out of focus. When I look at it, this right here, that's what's in focus. All the rest of this is either quite out of focus or there's a lot of camera shake. Let's see if I can find it in your contact sheets, because then I could just tell you what's going on there. Well, yeah, at 1/30th of a second, it's probably this one. Here it is. Yeah, at 1/15th of a second, even with a tripod, depending on the tripod, you would have had some shake just when you were firing the shutter. If you weren't firing it remotely, if you had your hand on the camera, you'd have had some shake here. So it's maybe a little bit of both, maybe a little bit out of focus and a little bit of camera shake. I mean, I understand the use of a smaller aperture because you want a bigger depth of field, but you might have wanted to reconsider that creative choice. You know, I put an article up in the announcements just yesterday about correct exposure versus creative correct exposure. And if you haven't thought too much about it, which I don't know if people have at this point in their education here at AII, but creative correct exposure is huge and really important to think about. So, I would love to see this one and this one enlarged, like I said. I mean, but you have a lot of really good images here, so I was kind of curious about the ones you chose. But then, you know, when I'm thinking about your artists, you know, I kind of thinking about they're really like crammed, you know, activated space, like a cramped, activated space, lots of people, lots of movement, lots of activity. So maybe that's why I mean, like maybe these feel more like their subject matter to you. All right. But yeah, really beautiful job on this assignment. Great submission. Fantastic report. That was totally not required. You didn't have to do that, but it's duly noted that you did do that. And I will keep a note of it if you need it in the future. So fantastic work here. Thank you so much, Joni. I really enjoyed this assignment.